the Union, fought a war to defend the enslavement of black people. I understand America has never been a racist country.
Think about what you the Declaration of Independence. It was that, men were but my parents never said we lived in a racist country. Born in a racist country. You're immediately telling them they don't have a chance. And my parents would always say, you may have challenges, but our goal should always be to make today better than yesterday. It's hugely important. And that's the problem I have is we have too many.
This week, you said that America has, quote, never been a racist country, unquote. Protections for the institution of slavery were written into the U.S. Constitution. The White House was built with slave labor. Your home state of South Carolina seceded from the Union, fought a war to defend the enslavement of black people. I understand you don't think America is a racist country now, but we're here at a college. Do you really think as a historical matter, America has never been a racist country?
I mean, think about what you're saying. First of all, I will tell you, when you look at, the Declaration of Independence, it was that, men are created equal with unalienable rights, right? That was what we all knew. But what I look at it as is I was a brown girl that grew up in a small rural town. We had plenty of racism that we had to deal with. But my parents never said we lived in a racist country. And I'm so thankful they didn't. Because for every brown and black child out there, if you tell them they live or were born in a racist country, you're immediately telling them they don't have a chance. And my parents would always say, you may have challenges. And yes, there will be people who are racist, but that doesn't define what you can do in this country. And so I think it's important that we tell all kids that, look, America is not perfect. We have our stains. We know that. But our goal should always be to make today better than yesterday. It's hugely important. And that's the problem I have is we have too many people with this national self-loathing. It is killing our country. We have got to go back to loving America. We are blessed because that little brown girl in that small rural town in South Carolina, she grew up to become the first female minority governor in history. She then went on to be UN ambassador, and now she's running for president of the United States. I want every brown and black child to see that and say, no, I don't live in a country that was formed on racism. I live in a country where they wanted all people to be equal and to make sure that they had life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Good morning. And I really mean good morning. It's 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting here getting to go to work. I'm making this video. I woke up this morning and I seen Nikki Haley town hall with CNN and Jake Tapper. And once again, Nikki Haley stuck her foot in her mouth. Now, my thing is, why can't you answer a simple question? Why can't you be honest? You're running to be the president of the United States of America, and you still cannot be honest about this country's history. Now, Jake Tapper asked her again about America being a racist country at one point in time. And once again, Nikki Haley is jumping through hoops. Why? Why do you have to jump through hoops? All you have to say that this country at one point in time was based on race. That's all you got to say. She talks about the Declaration of Independence saying all men are created equal. When we all know that didn't mean that all people was created equal. You had black people enslaved. You had women who didn't have no rights. So how can all men be created equal? Just tell the truth. This country had issues with race and sexism. But she don't want to talk about that. And that's what's so infuriating about Nikki Haley. She refused to just be honest and tell the truth. We all know slavery was written into the Constitution. It said a slave was 3/5 of a person. That's in the Constitution. That's racist. Come on, Nikki. It can't be that difficult to tell the truth. And then you turn around and say, there was racism in your community. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. See, this is the problem with people in this country. We refuse to tell the truth. We don't want to acknowledge that this country had a dark history at one point in time. And honestly, it still have a history somewhat of racism. But no one will be honest about it. Everybody want to turn a blind eye to racism in this country. But it's sad that they even turn a blind eye to the history of racism in this country. Slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, the whole nine. And people like Nikki Haley refuse to acknowledge that history. This is why people is so outraged at Nikki Haley right now, because she cannot answer simple questions. She cannot say something that's simply easy to say. America was institutionally based in racism at its beginnings. Bottom line, that's all you have to say. And move on. But as long as you keep answering this question like that, they're going to keep asking you the same question to see what you're going to say. You are your own worst enemy right now because you don't want to be honest. The Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal. Do you really believe the founding father had a crystal ball and they can see into the future and say one day all people will be created equal? No, they didn't have a crystal ball. They wasn't talking about me. They wasn't talking about you, Nikki. They were talking about white males being created equal. What's so hard about acknowledging that? The truth will set you free.